And I'm Jeff. And this is a video recap for our Drag Blues series for Swing Ann Arbor in March of 2012. This is a recap for our first lesson. So we talked about, well, first of all, what is drag blues? It's a walking dance, and to capture the dance, we need to first talk about the posture in which we do these walks. To get into drag blues posture, we stand upright, with our chest up, and we keep our hips forward, and we bend our knees just a little bit.
And our feet are about shoulder width apart.
And when we walk, we're going to first step out in front of us, akin to how we would for, say, collegiate Charleston. So we're going to stick our foot out in front of us and then push forward onto that foot. Okay? And then the same thing, we're going to stick our foot out in front of us and push off. To demonstrate how this would look, going forward and going backwards, you might also notice that I turn my torso in a manner which is contra-body to the way I'm stepping. So no matter which way I'm going, forward or backwards, I'm always going to twist my upper body as if I was wringing out a wet cloth.
So if you want to check that you're twisting the right way, it's going to be opposite foot and arms that are forward. And this is just a natural movement that you have if you were walking across the street, just walking normally.
Okay, great. So after we talked about walking on our own, and this is something you could definitely practice on your own at home, put on some music, walk around your house, practicing the drag blues walks, and really focus on keeping the technique nice and keeping your balance. All right. Now we talked about bringing in a follow, our connection, our partnership. So before we brought in the drag blues connection, we talked about what does it mean to lead and follow in drag blues. Well, instead of talking about like compression, leverage, stretch that we do in Lindy Hop, what we think about more is energy. Leads initiate the energy and follows.
We're ready to take the energy. We don't wait to feel coming up.
Okay. So what this means is if I want to go forward, I prep to go forward, just like we were doing on our own,
nice connection, avoiding gaps like this.
Okay. So right now we're in a connection which some might call close embrace. This isn't the drag connection. This is something that tango dancers could use, or ballroom dancers. But to initiate the drag connection, what we now do is we put our weight over our right foot and we step back with our left foot. This initiates what we call the lunge. Notice that when we do so, we have an additional connection point, namely our thigh.
If we weren't to have our hips forward, like we said the posture was, we'd have this gap in between us. That doesn't look very pretty.
Okay, so we want to keep our hips forward so that we can maintain this connection all the way down. Okay. Now, once we have our nice drag blues connection, we can walk forwards and backwards with our drag blues walks as we practice on our own.
Follows, it's easier to maintain this connection in the thigh if our leg is slightly relaxed. So if we relax into the connection.
We also encourage you to play around with quicks and slows. So slow, slow, quick, 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 slow. Okay. Also, once we covered walks, we also talked about another pattern, namely circles. Those look like this. So if you're in our drag connection, I would stand up and we would waddle around. Notice that once I stood up, I disengaged the thigh connection. We just have the chest connection for the time being, and that is fine. Okay. So we can navigate the floor now with our drag walks and our waddle circles. So this is enough for you guys to dance a full dance in drag blues. We also gave you an entrance to get into drag blues connection from Lindy Hop. The entrance looked like this. We're doing our Lindy Hop, and we're going to start with a Lindy Hop side-by-side basic. We're going to be in our Lindy Hop posture. It's going to look like this. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Step, step, triple step, 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 triple step.
Here's our entrance.
Step, step, triple step, 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 lunge.
Okay. Notice one of the key points is we have our Lindy Hop posture, our athletic posture, we've got our pulse, but then on this entrance, it's key that I, as a lead, change my posture into drag blues posture, smooth out my steps, remove the pulse.
And follows, it's important and necessary that we also change posture with the lead when we feel that posture change.
So here I'm coming around in my Lindy Hop posture and I'm standing up, and follows match that, and then this allows us to go into drag blues. Just another couple points. When you're walking, try to make sure you're stepping forward with intention as opposed to bouncing a lot. That's in the spirit of the dance and the nature of the drag blues movement. Any other things? All right, I think that's great. So next time we're going to have some more moves and some more technique to make this more comfortable and flow even better on the dance floor. Well, we hope to see you next time.